The Marvel Universe has been famous for tying loose ends, making epic twists that just fall into place perfectly, and starting mysteries that leave the readers guessing. Now let's come to one of the greatest mysteries that was unsolved in the Spider-Verse, and how it has blown up to huge proportions. This mystery remains the only unsolved mystery in the world of Spider-Man, and we even have fan explanations of the same. Welcome back to our channel, and here we have the scoop on the Spider-Man series' only mystery. Quite recently, it was the 25th anniversary of the still unresolved mystery of Facade, with a particular scene in the second part of the four-part story. Facade stands for Full Acclimation Combat and Defense Exoskeleton. This cutting-edge body armor was featured in the comics in the mid-90s. At this time, cutting-edge technology was the new villainous method to wreak havoc, and Facade was no different. Avid comic book fans said that this concept was quite boring and not thrilling. That is, until the identity of Facade was never revealed. Why this is an iconic mystery is that as a filler, this plot was brought in the middle of the Clone Saga, and before Facade was revealed, the series was stopped and the Clone Saga continued. So, no one knew who Facade even was. Many fans have put together theories, they've asked in interviews, but to no use. No one knows who Facade was, and this has been lost in the sands of time. Here's the breakdown of the story in the comics. In 1980, there was a rival photographer to Peter Parker named Lance Bannon. Lance was meant to fill in the role of the sort of Steve Lombard or Reggie Mantle role in the life of our hero. Technically the jerk who Spider-Man had to get around in his private life. He was introduced when Peter was working for a different newspaper, but he soon carried over to the Daily Bugle later on. He was a relatively minor presence in the Spider-Man titles, but his active role comes when we introduce the Facade armor. Lance Bannon was shown to be happy, and he proposes to his girlfriend. She accepts. He might as well have said that he was one day away from permanent retirement. So he gets a photo of whoever killed the scientist and stole the armor, and he dies. The next part starts with establishing that all of the key suspects, John Jameson, Cole Cooper, and Archer Bryce, are in the building. Later, as the action picks up, Spider-Man tracks Facade down and shows up to fight him to save Betty. At the funeral for Lance, all the suspects show up again, and J. Jonah Jameson agrees to collaborate on the case with the homicide detective Chase. So someone at the funeral must be Facade, as Facade shows up at the Bugle to take Jameson and Chase both out. Spidey luckily stops Facade and destroys the armor, but in the process knocks himself out, so he never unraveled the armored villain. In the end, we see Facade complaining about what happened to him. But the Clone Saga picked up at the end of number 116, and this mystery was never resolved, and Kavanagh left the Spidey books a year later. Fans have had this debate for ages, and it has been quite the raging argument and rational discussion with the fans. Many say that this is the only mystery unsolved in the Spider-Verse, and often talk about who it could be. There are three main suspects here: the Daily Bugle photographer Cole Cooper, the wealthy industrialist Archer Bryce, and astronaut John Jameson, who is the son of J. Jonah Jameson. Cooper later wasn't on the crime scene, and he has no reason whatsoever to be Facade, hence fans say that the contest for Facade's identity is between Bryce and Jameson. Bryce would be the easiest option, as he was a new character and certainly had the motive, which was helping his company by stealing the new technology. He's also quite rich, so that allows him to be familiar with the latest tech. But in the scene where Facade is seen bemoaning his fate, it seems as though he's almost the good guy there. So popularly, fans are going with it being John Jameson, as that would be quite the attractive twist, as he's such a good-natured guy, and Marvel is known to portray the bad sides of good people. So that's about it. Have you heard of this mystery before? Are there other mysteries you've heard of in the Spider-Man world that also remain unsolved? Do let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends for entertaining discussion. Subscribe to our channel for more geeky content. Stay safe!